Who doesn't love massive creatures wreaking havoc? Well, I do, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys do as well. We come across huge monsters in almost every other movie, but have you guys ever wondered which monsters are actually the biggest? In this video, we'll be counting down the top 10 biggest monsters in all of fiction, from the smallest to the biggest. So sit tight and maybe grab some popcorn, because you wouldn't want to miss anything. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. First up, we have the sandworm from Dune. I remember watching this movie with my siblings and thinking how huge these sandworms are. But we've just started the video. The sandworm was an autotrophic animal that inhabited the planet of Arrakis. Where they originated is unknown, but they were introduced to Arrakis before the events of the Butlerian Jihad. It lived in vast deserts and sand dunes that stretched across the surface of the planet. Due to the difficulty of studying these creatures, not much was originally known about the wild sandworms. The longevity of the sandworm was supposedly extreme, estimated in the thousands of years. They possessed thick, rough skin that even served as armor for them. The main component of the sandworm's diet was sand, and other inorganic and dry components of the Arrakis crust. The sandworms are said to be around 1,476 feet long, which is longer than the Empire State Building is tall. Compared to the Eiffel Tower, which is about 984 feet tall, the sandworm is 1.5 times its height. Surtur was a fire demon, and a significant figure in the prophecy of Ragnarok, as the one who would initiate the fall of Asgard. Seeking to prevent this prophecy, Odin defeated Surtur thousands of years ago, taking the source of his power, the eternal flame, back to Asgard, and confining Surtur to Muspelheim, where he remained for over 5,000 years. After Odin went missing following the second Dark Elf conflict, a weakened Surtur intended to finally start Ragnarok, only to be defeated and killed by Thor. Despite this, Loki later resurrected him with the eternal flame and used him to defeat Hela. Surtur then fulfilled the prophecy of Ragnarok by destroying Asgard along with Hela and himself in the process, unaware that the realm had already been evacuated. The most widely accepted and screen-backed estimate for Surtur's height in Thor Ragnarok, especially during the final battle, is around 1,640 feet tall. That number comes from comparisons with the Asgardian structures around him, which themselves are massive, and some visual effects team insights. While some fan sources and forums speculated up to 13,123 feet, that seems more like an exaggeration for dramatic effect. This makes Surtur taller than the Empire State Building, and significantly taller than the Eiffel Tower. Kronos is the main antagonist of the Clash of the Titans remake films. He was the unseen, overarching antagonist of Clash of the Titans, and the main antagonist of Wrath of the Titans. Kronos is the king of the Titans, father of the gods. Kronos' current physical form is composed of lava and molten rock. Lines of lava surrounded Kronos' body, mouth, and eyes, which would suggest that the inside part of his body is completely composed of lava. He's capable of projecting massive waves of lava from his arms. Kronos is said to be 640 feet tall as well, which makes him the same height as Surtur. The Exogorth, commonly known as the Space Slug, is an enormous sharp-toothed creature resembling a colossal snail. Unlike most living beings, it has a silicone-based body, allowing it to survive in the emptiness of space by dwelling within asteroids. It sustains itself by consuming minerals from rocks, stellar energy, and even other space-dwelling organisms like Minox. These creatures are uniquely adapted to survive unaided in the vacuum of space, with some living for more than 1 billion years. While most adult space slugs average around 33 feet in length, certain individuals grow continuously, eventually rivaling the size of massive starships, weighing upwards of 1 million kilograms. Some even reach staggering lengths of 2,953 feet, large enough to devour entire spacecraft in a single gulp. In case you're having a hard time comprehending how huge they actually are, you can imagine a creature spanning the distance of 3 Eiffel Towers stacked end to end. That's similar to the length of a supertanker, or roughly the size of a small mountain laid horizontally. Next up on this list, we have the Parallax from Green Lantern. Parallax had the ability to kill any living creatures by absorbing their life force out of them via their fear. The more life force and fear it absorbs, the stronger and larger it gets. Parallax was born when the guardian Kronos became corrupted by the yellow energy of fear. After causing chaos, he was imprisoned by Green Lantern Abin Sur, and was later freed by alien explorers. Parallax attacked Abin Sur, fatally wounding him, but not before Sur passed his power ring to Hal Jordan. Parallax then hunted other Green Lanterns, and destroyed civilizations before reaching Earth. In various portrayals, its size varies, but it's often shown as being several kilometers in length. If we had to compare it to everyday objects, the Burj Khalifa looks tiny next to Parallax. A mountain-like half-dome in Yosemite is about 4,921 feet. Parallax is double that, at 9,843 feet. A football field is about 299 feet, so you'd need 22 to 33 football fields laid end-to-end to reach Parallax length. You can just imagine how massive this entity is. The Karathan is a colossal sentient sea creature and one of the most powerful beings on Earth. She has guarded the Trident of Atlan in the Hidden Sea for millennia, and later assists Aquaman with his quest to prevent war between the surface and the sea, fighting on his side against his half-brother Orm Marius in the War for Atlantis. Carathan resembles a colossal combination of a squid, a shrimp, a crustacean, and a dragon. The Carathan, the ancient sea creature from Aquaman, is estimated to be around 10,499 feet. Carathan is about 7 times the length of a Dune sandworm, and over 6 times taller than Surtur. If you put a sandworm on her back, it would look like a decorative sea slug. She's also roughly the length of the Golden Gate Bridge, which is about 8,858 feet, so she could stretch across it and still spill over the ends. Imagine a giant space monster straight out of a spacer's nightmare, lurking in the crazy storms around Kessel. That's the Suma Verminoth, a massive tentacled beast that's become legendary among pilots. Most crews who've seen one, well, let's just say they don't live to tell about it. These things are like cosmic octopi on steroids. Their tentacles aren't just strong, they pack an electric shock that can fry a starship's systems. And with dozens of creepy eyes scanning space, good luck sneaking past this one. Now, let's talk size, because this is where it gets crazy. A full-grown Suma Verminoth stretches about 24,374 feet long. That's like stacking 13 Empire State Buildings end to end. It would make him longer than your average city is wide, and big enough that it wrapped around a skyscraper, you'd need binoculars to see the other side. And here's the scary part. That's just the average one. Some might be even bigger. No wonder smugglers take the long way around Kessel. Next up, we have the Clover from Cloverfield. Clover is the eldest species of the Cloverfield monster. In the first film, the monster was a baby. This was hinted at in the special features of Cloverfield. Clover appears in the Cloverfield paradox. The creature has extremely thick skin, which is heat resistant, and enables it to thrive in extremely high pressure environments, as well as cope under heavy fire from human weaponry and great physical strength. The creature's appearance is not shown through the whole body. However, when it roars from the clouds or mists, it appears that it has a height of 26,247 feet. When it roars for one last time again, its head reaches higher to the highest altitudes of the altocumulus clouds above, which is likely reaching 30,000 feet. For a better comparison, it's even taller than Mount Everest, which stands about 29,029 feet. So if Clover stood next to Everest, its head would poke up above the summit. That's mountain-sized, literally. It's more than 11 times taller than the Burj Khalifa, and is as long as 100 football fields. On number 2, we have Unicron. Unicron is the planet-sized Cybertronian god of chaos. He's the twin brother and ancient enemy of Primus. He was mentioned by Quintessa, who planned to kill him by draining his life with the staff, forcing him to awaken. He serves as the core of Earth, which formed around him over billions of years. Following the events of Transformers The Last Night, Quintessa's attempts at killing Unicron have caused him to slowly awaken from his slumber, his horns rising from the planet's core. However, in Rise of the Beasts, we see Unicron and Earth separately, suggesting that Unicron is not in fact trapped within Earth. There's another version of Unicron who's the devourer of planets. He exists outside of time and space, and is able to travel through the multiverse. Unicron in most depictions, especially in Transformers the movie and expanded media, is around 9,900 miles in diameter. That's not a typo. 9,900 miles. That puts him firmly in the category of planet-sized beings. This is literally the size of the core of Earth, which makes sense. Lastly, we have the Celestials. Pretty sure all of us were expecting them to absolutely obliterate the list. Celestials are powerful cosmic beings created by the first firmament. Desiring change, they rebelled against their creator and aspirant counterparts, shattered the first universe into the multiverse, and began the multiversal cycles. The Celestials are involved in the creation of new universes, including the Prime Marvel Universe. The Celestials visit planets in what is known as celestial hosts to experiment on and judge lower life forms. There's a lot we can discuss about these beings, but we can talk about that in some other video. Celestials are over 100,000 miles, which makes them pretty damn huge. That's it for now. If you want to see another cool video, you can click on this one that's appearing on your screen. Click on it to see. Go ahead, click it.